Hello and welcome to my library. I have way too many books and I decided to do something strange. So, welcome to my YouTube channel where I'm going to read, hopefully one day, everything in this library. So, I decided to go drastic measures. Today, I am going to flip every single book in this library around, even the ones I've read. And every month, I'm going to randomly select books that I have to read. Otherwise, I will unhaul them. And hopefully I can clear out some of the things that we don't want anymore. Hopefully I can kind of rediscover my reading again. Hopefully I can actually find things that I'm really enjoying and clear out a lot of the things that I'm not enjoying anymore. Enjoy this time lapse of me flipping books. But we'll see how I go. Wish me luck. Hi, welcome back to my library. I have flipped every single thing on this shelf, like a crazy person. And we're gonna slowly flip everything back around as we read it on this channel. And so I thought today we'd start with a little May TBR, and we're going to pick up 4 books. If I do not read those 4 books by the end of May, they're gone. And they can add into the very precarious pile in the corner of my room of unhaul books that I found as I was flipping all this. Because it is time to get rid of some books. But I'm really bad at unhauling books. Like, I want to give things a chance, even if I think I've really outgrown them or I'm not going to like them. I'm like, they've been on my shelves for too long. I need to try it before I throw it away. So, this is me forcing myself to try it. So what we're going to do, rather than count every single book, because I don't actually know how many are on here, we're going to do a random number generator of the shelves first, and go individually shelves, and then we can count how many books are on that shelf, and that's how we're going to pick it. We're going to pick out 4. Let's just run with it, because let's be honest, I'm just filming so that I'll film. If I don't film this, it's not going to get posted, I'm never going to do it, so this is happening. The Sunday hair, I'm not getting myself together for it. We're making this video today. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves in this room. So I do have my computer behind you. I apologize if you can't see it. Oh, and I've taken myself out of shot really badly. You know, YouTube Live. If my thing would work. Thank you. So generating a number between 1 and 5, we're getting 1, which is that shelf over there. Shall we show it to you? We're going to pan the little mini shelf on the edge there. That's the one we're going to go for. And so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shelves. The one down the bottom is literally just Haikyuu. If I get that, then I'm just going to read volume 1 of Haikyuu. Simple as that. So we are going to randomize from 1 to 7. Generate shelf 4. So that is from the top, which you can't see right now. Oh god, 1, 2, 3, 4, the one above the plushie. So we'll go over there and count how many books there are. Right, this is the shelf we're doing. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books on the shelf. Alright, so random number between 1 and 10, and that will be our first book. Generate, we're gonna get 7. So we'll go back over. You can pan over with me, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is Heartless by Marissa Meyer. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the books on my shelf that I've had for a really long time that are just sitting there. I own this. I reckon I got this from an op shop, but at some point I read Cinder and loved it. And I started picking up all of Marissa Meyer's books, but then never read them. So, this is book number 1. And I'm clarifying now that I am fully encouraging myself to DNF. And if I'm not enjoying it, it goes. I'm not going to force myself through a book that I'm not enjoying anymore. I'm too old for that. It's time to work our way through some of these backlog books. Time to get rid of some of them. But the thing is, I might love it. So I guess we'll see. That's book number 1. Let's do book number 2. So we're back to our 1 to 5. I'm so sorry you can't see this, but it's happening on the screen. If I did it on my phone, I would screen record it, but you are on my phone, so alas, actually. Alright, I promise next time to have a better way to do this. I went and found my old phone that I was like, I can screen record this, and then I'll have it for you to look at, but it is dead. It is dead as dead can be, so it's charging. So next month when I do this again, if I actually make myself continue to do this channel, which I need to, fucking do it, Emily, fucking do it. Next month, I will have a better way to show you the actual randomized numbers so that you can see what I'm seeing. But right now I have a random number generator up for 1 to 5. We're going to do the shelves again. So generate, and we get in 3, which is this shelf over here, which you can actually kind of see already, which is handy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shelves on this one because the bottom isn't full. And we're going to go generate, and that is 2, so we're going up the top there. Let's find out how many books are on that. Random number generator between 1 to 23, and generate 23. So that's easy, we just grab the book right off the bottom. Shall I show you? So we're going all the way up here to this one with the Charizards and the Charmanders. We're grabbing this. Okay, so it's actually in a series, so we're going to grab the first book, which is this one, Rebel of the Sands. Now, this is where we get into something interesting. Why do I still have this? Am I still going to enjoy it, or am I well past that time? Because we have to admit, like, some YA doesn't age well with you. Some YA is good anytime you read it. So I am going to put this on my list, and it will either be a book that I read and enjoy, or reread and enjoy, or it will be a book that I will scrap, and that will take 3 books off my shelf just from reading this, because I have all 3 in the series. And I do want to clarify the fact that I tend to forget books. I don't remember. So I couldn't tell you what happens in this book, and I'm not going to read the synopsis. I know it's like a desert fantasy. There's definitely magic in it. I remember enjoying it. There's always that little bit of YA romance. I'll definitely get better at giving you a synopsis, but I find that I read books better when I go in without much idea what they are. And I could tell you like the vaguest things that I remember about this book when I read it who knows how long ago now. But that's not the point of this for me. It's probably the point of it for you. You want to know whether or not you should read this book. And I'll tell you after I reread it, and whether or not it stays on my shelf or whether or not it goes. So that is book 2, goes to the stack. So we got a nice stack of 2 YA books. This is my problem, right? I'm 28, and I love YA, and I believe that writing is for anyone, and like a good story is for anyone. But am I still going to enjoy these so much? It's time to like age my shelves up a little bit in more than just romance as well. So let's go for book number 3. So we go 1 to 5 again. We generate, and we're back on shelf 1. So that's over here again. We're going to go 1 to 7. And we get 7. So that's all the way down the bottom. And as I said, that is just Haikyuu down there. So we're just going to have volume 1 of Haikyuu. Which brings me into Haikyuu. Volume 1 of Haikyuu. This is my favorite anime. And I haven't even finished this anime. And I really, really love manga when I read it. But I only have 2 series of manga, neither of which I finished. And so another thing I want to start trying to do in this channel is really stay on top of my series. Oh, look out. There's Suki who's sad. Stand by. We got one dog, not the other. So, volume 1 of Haikyuu. This is Suki. That's Suki barking in the background. They will be fixtures, I'm sure. So, book 3 for the vlog. Haikyuu. Alright, dogs are handled. We're back for book 4. I really hope you can't hear Nick, by the way. He is playing games next to me, so I guess we'll find out, won't we? So, we have 3 books. We're going to go for 4. We've got our 1 to 5 randomizer up on the computer again. I'm so sorry. And that's 5. So that's this shelf right behind me that we're going to do. And that has 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5 shelves filled. So we just get to do 1 to 5 again. And we're going to go top shelf all the way up the top. Let's see if you can see it. All the way up there. That's what we're doing. So let's find out how many are on there. I'm so good at this, aren't I? So let's go from maybe here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. What did I say? Did I say 21? Yeah, I said 21. What a waste of time. Generate. So 18. Let's go find out, shall we? We're going back up. We're ruining everything again. And, okay, so we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Let's see what you are. That is the Invisible Library, which I'm really excited about. So, again, here's my problem, right? As a person, I never finish series. So this is The Invisible Library by Genevieve Cogman. I have owned this book for literally years. I read the first 2 books in this series and enjoyed them a lot 2 years ago. Do I remember a single thing that happens in this book to be able to go on to the next in the series? Not a fucking chance. So this one, I'm actually really hyped about because I remember loving this. So this will be a really good read. And it's another thing that's 3 series. So if I do try and do a series vlog as well, that's 3 series that I can possibly continue and make a second vlog out of. Me making content? Who am I? Okay, so this one I'm really fucking excited about. So, these are our 4 books. We have Heartless by Marissa Meyer, Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton, which I'm realizing I never told you. Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton, which I fucking love these covers. I reckon part of the reason I never got rid of them and I want to force myself to reread them before I get rid of them is that I just love how these look. They're so pretty. Then we have Haikyuu Volume 1. Yes, I'm going to start again. Who the fuck cares? This is my life. I can do it. And then lastly, The Invisible Library by Genevieve Cogman. If by the end of May I have not read any of these books, these 4 books, they're gone. And their whole series is gone as well. Looking at this stack, I think Heartless is the most likely to go. I think The Invisible Library, I'm kind of excluding Haikyuu because I know I'm going to love that. I think The Invisible Library will be my favorite. Do I do a 5th book just because I got a manga? And like, manga's gonna take me 2 seconds to read anyways. Let's do a 5th book, maybe. No, because we're gonna do this vlog style. It's not monthly, this is vlog style. So, these are the 4 things that I'm going to read in this vlog, starting today. Who am I? I hope you can't hear Nick playing games with his friends, because he's right there and I can hear him very clearly. But, you know, he's living his best life, so why can't I? Alright, let's get started, shall we? Bye! Alright, we're back again. And I think I have a game plan. So, this, I think I'm actually going to listen to the audiobook, so I'll start this tomorrow on my drive to work. And I'll check in with you after I've started it and see how I feel. But for now, I think we're actually going to start with Heartless and see how we go. What I remember of this is it's something to do with the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. That's literally all I remember. So my current plan is to maybe read until about page 100 mark and then check back and see what we think. see whether or not I'm enjoying it, whether or not I'm going to keep reading it, or whether it goes. Let's see, I guess. Wish me luck. Let's get comfy. Hi YouTube, it is the next day and I thought I'd give you a bit of a reading update. I have been reading Heartless and I am 124 pages in. I don't know what I think yet. This is my problem, right? I love Marissa Meyer's writing style. She has she's captured the whimsy. I see what she wants. I know what she's trying to do. And I know that there has to be an extent of allowing the character to be who they're going to be, because this is going to be the evil Queen of Hearts or whatever she is. I'm realizing that it's been a really, really, really long time since I've watched anything Alice in Wonderland related. I don't remember what happens in Alice in Wonderland, except that she shrinks and goes to Wonderland. That's it. Maybe Nick and I don't like this angle. Maybe Nick and I will watch Alice in Wonderland sometime this week and see just how well she's done, because I get how she's sprinkling people in, there's the Cheshire Cat and there's the caterpillar and there's the clubs, and then you got the stupid king, I assume dead by Alice in Wonderland. I don't know. And obviously she marries the stupid king because she becomes a queen. Then you have the love interest, and so you know that I don't know is this loosely based or is it a prequel? Is this meant to be how she became, long before she was the Terror of Wonderland, the infamous Queen of Hearts, she was just a girl. Okay, so she is going to become the Queen of Hearts, which means she's going to marry the king. That's what's gonna happen. She doesn't get to be with her cutesy pie Joker, Jest. And so I don't know how I feel about it yet. This is my problem. I think it's really well written. I think it's really cleverly written. I'm not exactly bored. I'm interested enough to see what happens. But I read 125 pages in one sitting. I was reading it. It was easy to read. I was enjoying it. But she'd do things and I'd be that's annoying. I'm oh, but she's a villain. She's gonna become a villain. Of course she's gonna be annoying. Of course she has these weird opinions. Of course she talks about people that way. But it's hard to go from this, where it doesn't really get straight into the plot. It just kind of exists. There's no... The most we know about her is that she wants to start a bakery with her handmaiden. And she can't do that because she's meant to marry and she's meant to be her mother has grand ideas for her and all sorts, so obviously she's not going to get this bakery, but all she wants in life is to open a bakery because she loves to bake and the king loves her baking, therefore the king wants to marry her. So anyway, I'm gonna keep reading. I think I want to know what happens. I would be shocked if after I read this it stayed on my shelves. I think this is kind of something that it could easily be a one and done. I don't really need this after the fact. But I'm intrigued enough to continue. And I could be wrong. Marissa Meyer has proven me wrong before. I didn't think I would enjoy Cinder. And then I fucking loved that series. So it's just really hard when I get this far in and not a lot of plot has happened. Probably the biggest thing that could have happened was the Jabberwocky came, but she's not even in that. She is told about that after the fact by other people. They're the Jabberwocky came after you ran away from the king. And so everything's I get that it's it's gonna be a romance, but something terrible is gonna happen. I just don't know how I feel about it yet. So I'm gonna keep reading that today. I'm going to read that tonight. I'm going to try and get halfway through, try and hit the 200 page mark and see how I feel about it then. But right now, it's it's fine. It's not bad. It's not changing my world. But I can't help but compare it to The Invisible Library, which I also started today. In this book, we follow Irene, and she is a librarian in the library. And basically what the library is it endeavors to have all the best fiction ever created in every alternate reality, and to be like an ultimate library with everything in it. And we're told pretty quickly that while Irene isn't there for political reasons, she's sure that there's political things going on in the background, but she only cares about her books. Like, she just wants to be able to read books. And so when the book opens, she's on a mission to collect a book about necromancy, and she's actively in the middle of stealing it and getting away. And then she goes back to the library. So it actually opens on an action sequence or a plot sequence, whereas Heartless very much doesn't. Heartless is very much, she's making lemon tarts for the king. And like, that's fine. Not every book has to start with action. But like, it certainly got my attention quicker. So anyways, I was telling you the plot of this, not talking about Heartless anymore. So Irene goes back to the library, where she finds out that she's immediately being sent out on another mission with a new trainee. And her trainee, his name is Kai. Very attractive, very husky voice, apparently. And she doesn't get to go back to her room and read a book and have a shower. She's immediately back out on mission to get something else, which is about where I am. And I have the vaguest recollection of things in this book. Like, I forgot her name was Irene for one, but did I remember that his name was Kai? But I know who Kai is. I remember like little things, but I couldn't tell you how the plot gets to those things. So I'm really excited to rediscover this book, because I do remember really enjoying it. But so I'm not very far into that. I'm going to try and listen to a little bit more of it tomorrow. I do have a Lego flower that I want to make, so maybe I'll spend some time finally making that and listen to this. But look at me jumping back and forth. We'll go back to Heartless just for a second, because I don't feel like I gave you a good synopsis. I feel like I kind of complained about it, but I didn't give you a synopsis. So this book is about Kath, who is well off. Her parents are, they're not duchesses or something, but they're like not quite royalty, but they're important people. They have money, they have station, and it opens with her saying that she doesn't really care about her station. She wants to open a bakery with her handmaiden, but she also is having like weird dreams. So like the most important thing that we get out of the first chapter is the fact that the lemon tarts she's making, she made them with the lemons that she made in her dreams. So she woke up and there was a lemon tree from her dream in her room, like grown into her room around her bed. So there's some kind of, and like, it's Alice in Wonderland, there's whimsy, there's magic, we know this. But she doesn't quite understand these dreams and how they're bringing things in. But like, it's kind of implied that she's not the only person who has this. So like the Cheshire Cat is kind of implied was someone else's dream, and he just showed up a couple days later. But again, I don't remember much of Alice in Wonderland, so like, is that something that I should know? Is that in Alice in Wonderland, or is that this? But so she's having dreams. There is a boy in those dreams, because of course there is. But then at the same time as all this, she's making these tarts to take to a ball. And when she's getting ready for her ball, her mother comes in and goes, not the white dress. You can't wear the white dress. You must wear the red dress. And so of course she shows up at this ball, which is a black and white ball, which she's not aware of, which, like, girly, did you not read the invitation? Like, pay attention to things around you, you spoiled brat. She shows up to this black and white ball in bright red and stands the fuck out. And she doesn't know at this point that the king is going to propose to her that night, but she's more focused on the boy who is the new Joker, who is also the boy from her dream the night before with the lemon trees. And she has a feeling that he has something of hers. And so as the king is going to propose in front of all these people, she creates a distraction. She runs away. And of course she runs into him. His name is Jess. And obviously a couple of things have happened since then, but not like, it's not very, I feel like not a lot has happened in this up to here. So there's been a ball, there's been a Jabberwocky attack that she was not there for, that she was just told about, and there's been a tea party after the fact where she convinced the king that if he was going to propose to a woman, he should really court her first. Not that it was her that was going to be proposed, but he should really court her first. He shouldn't just spring a proposal on someone. So I'm interested enough to see what happens. Let's see if it continues being that way. I just can't get over the fact that I really like her writing. Like, it really, and it fits like the fairy tale retelling. Like, she's really good at what she does. I just don't know if this is the story for me personally. It makes me wonder how much I would still enjoy Cinder. It's like, thinking back as well, it's really hard knowing that I think it was the third book was my favorite. Like, would I still enjoy Renegades? Murphy's currently pushing his bowl against this door, but it's fine. So that is my reading update. I've started 2 books. I have not started Rebel of the Sands or Haikyuu yet. I'm not letting myself start Haikyuu until I finish something else, because that's, let's be honest, kind of cheating. We'll see how I go. Alright. Thank you for this update. I am going to go back to Heartless now. Bye. Hello. It's time for a reading update. It's been a couple days. It's actually been probably like 3 days since I talked to this vlog, so I'm really good at this so far. I'm doing really well. But so reading update, last time I talked to you, I think I was halfway through Heartless by Marissa Meyer. And I did finish it. I finished it 2 nights ago. And I think I'm only giving it a 3-star. It was fine. The thing I liked the most about this was the writing style. Marissa Meyer's writing style, she's proven it to me before. I love how she writes. And she really captures that whimsy that Alice in Wonderland is all about. But there's nothing really... It's a really character-driven story, which is fine. But it needs plot as well, and the plot wasn't really doing it for me. Because you know, like, something bad happens and she's going to become the Queen of Hearts, and the Queen of Hearts isn't a good person. So that you know that. The longer it goes on, you're like, okay, so what is actually going to happen? And so what I ended up doing, I honestly, at about the halfway point, I did kind of start, not skimming, but there was definitely like sections skipped. Like, I didn't read it as well as I should have, because I did want to see what it was that made her the Queen of Hearts, like how the story turned, but I wasn't super invested anymore. It was very much a read it to finish it, which makes me think I should have just put it down halfway through when I started to skim. But I'm bad at that. That's part of this. I need to start learning to put things down. So this is going into my precarious Unhaul pile in the corner. I'm glad I finished it. Glad I read it. Is this a 2-star? I think this is a 2-star. Look at me, I'm lying to you already. It's a 2-star. I'm sorry. But again, this is not my age range anymore. This is not what I should be reading, and this is why I'm trying to clear out these things, because I have all these books that I should have read 8 years ago that I didn't. So, it's going in the Unhaul pile. Brings me on to Rebel of the Sands, which is a book I have previously read. I've read the whole trilogy. I read this for the first time in 2019, so it's been 6 years since I read this book. And I gave this book 4 stars when I originally read it. And I only remember bits and pieces of it. Like, I know vague plot points throughout the 3 books, but I don't really remember the overarching plot. And like, that's the thing, like, I remember enjoying it a lot when I read it. But there's no part of me that wants to reread this. So I sat down just now and I read about 30 pages. And I still like it. I can see what I liked about it 6 years ago. But yeah, I think it's one of those books that I only need to read once. It's not one of those books that part of me is like dying to reread, and I think I'll like really enjoy it the second time. That's not to say I don't think I'd enjoy it now. There's no part of me that really wants to read it now. So I'm not going to. Which means this is also going into my precarious unhaul pile, which I'm sad about, because as we discussed at the start of this video, it's so fucking pretty. Look at it. It's so pretty. This whole series looks so good. But I'm not giving myself vetoes. I'm not letting myself keep things that I don't want to reread. So this is going, which kind of breaks my heart a little bit. But I think it would do it a disservice to read it again, because I can remember it fondly, and I don't think I would enjoy it as much as I did the first time if I read it again now. So I think this is a good idea. I'll be sad about it. I'll probably try and convince myself to let myself keep it, but I'm not going to. I don't think. So we're going to say goodbye to the very pretty cover, and it's going to go in the precarious unhaul pile. So that leaves 2 more books that were pulled off the shelves. One of them is The Invisible Library, which I have been listening to on my drive home from work, which is really only 2 drives because I worked from home 3 days this week. And for some reason I wasn't reading it on the way to work. So I'm only 60 pages into it, which is about 4 chapters, but I'm enjoying it. I remember how much I liked Irene's wit. It's just the way my main problem with it right now, actually, I don't really have a problem with it. I'm really enjoying it, and it goes like straight into it. Like there's no fiff-faffing about. This is like straight into the plot, straight into what's happening. And I think that's like my favorite thing. I like a plot-driven story more than a character-driven story. But I want to have a plot-driven story that introduces me to characters well. I want to love those characters. I want to know everything about those characters. I want to like feel really close to those characters. But I need the plot to drive me forward. And this so far is actually doing that really well. My only problem is that in the audiobook, Irene often speaks like in her mind, like her thoughts, and the way she speaks her thoughts through this book and in the audiobook, sometimes it's hard to differentiate the fact that she's actually not saying dialogue. This is a thought. Like there's no clear distinction. There's one particular section where she's talking about when she met a dragon, where she's telling Kai about when she met a dragon. And he's trying to ask her what happened, and she says a sentence to him that's really short and sharp and just like really dismissive, but then she'll go on and she tells the story as if she's telling it to him, but it's in her head, but it wasn't super clear in the audiobook. So that's kind of the only problem I'm having right now, is that there isn't a distinct enough voice between the dialogue and her thoughts. But I am planning on listening to this weekend. I have a Lego flower that I'm going to make so that I can listen to this while Nick plays Oblivion on the TV. Thank you, love of my life. But so that so far, I don't see this one not being a win. This one is going to end up on my shelves. Like that's a given. I looked back, and this one I also read in 2019. So it's interesting the fact that I'm getting like all these books from when I had my Bookstagram. That is like when I did my best reading was when I had a Bookstagram, because I used to post every single day and I used to talk to people about books every single day. And that's what I want again. I want that excitement about reading books. So maybe not a bookstore, but a booktube. So we'll see how I go, guys. Which leads us to the last one, which is Haikyuu Volume 1, which I'm going to go read right now. And then I'm going to keep, because there's no way I get rid of this. This is going to go straight on my shelf. But maybe to finish this clip, we can put all my books in our precarious unhaul pile together. Shall we do that? We gotta go take the other ones. Oh, don't look at the mess though. So let's see. I'm gonna go get the other ones off of here. So it's this one. They're so pretty though. Goodbye. I can go in my precarious stack of books in the corner here. No one comment on it. I'll deal with it one day. Alright, time for a reading update. It's been a few days since I've updated this vlog, specifically because I'm just up to an audiobook now, and I don't pump through audiobooks the way I used to. I thought I'd be able to finish it at work, but the Invisible Library is a little bit more of a, like, you need to listen, you need to pay attention kind of book, so I'm not flying through it the way I would some audiobooks. So it's mostly just been me listening to it in the car. I am up to page 245, so I have about an hour and 50 minutes left with it on. I think I'm on like 1.7 speed. I don't know what my speed is. I can't check. But I also realized, like, here's me being like, oh, I just have this book left. I don't think I updated this vlog with, like, Haikyuu. I read volume 1 of Haikyuu. Shock. I loved it. It's my favorite. It's obviously going back on my shelf. For those who don't know what Haikyuu is about, this is personally my favorite anime, but, like, it's an anime I haven't finished. It's about Shoyo Hinata, who is this little ranger on the front here, and he is such a fun character. He's so, like, intense. So basically Shoyo he loves volleyball, and he wants to play volleyball. It's all he wants, but he's short. I think he's 5'4". Let me find out. It'll say it in one of the character things here. Stand by. Like, it's just so pretty. Look at it. He's such a fucking weirdo. I love him. So well drawn. Yeah, he's 5'4". It says it. So that's very short for a volleyball player, but when he was in middle school, saw a high school player who went on to play in, like, the finals. What is it? I don't remember what they call it in this. Like, you know, there's all different things. Like, it can be the playoffs, it can be it's like a state finals, country finals kind of thing. My brain has left me, I don't know. But he saw this high school play on the TV, and it had a short guy, and they called him the Tiny Giant. Or in this, they call him the Little Giant, but I've watched the anime far too much to ever read Little Giant. Like, in my brain, he is the Tiny Giant. And so he saw this kid play who was taller than him. I think he was like 5'6" or something. And it inspired him, and he was like, I can play volleyball. If that guy can play volleyball and he can go all the way to the nationals, that's where they went. They went to the nationals. If the Tiny Giant can make it to the nationals, so can I. And so he spends all of middle school trying to make a volleyball team at his middle school, and, like, no one's interested. And so it actually starts at his first ever tournament. He's in he's a third year, so he's about to leave middle school and go into high school, but he's finally going to play a game, and he loses, like, a lot, but, like, he shows, like, how much it matters to him. It's so good. And so he actually loses to the other guy on the cover, this guy here, and that's Tobio Kageyama. And then they both go to high school, and turns out they're on the same team, and they work super well together even though they don't like each other. And I just, like, it's so close to my heart. I love this so much. If anyone just wants, like, like, I don't want to say low stakes, but it's like contemporary, like there's no fantasy or anything to it. If you just like love like I don't know how to describe it. It's just like a sports high school thing, and it's about friendship, and it's about like drive, and it's just so good. It's so good. And the fact that I've never finished this, like I haven't finished the anime, I have not finished the manga. The manga finished being published like last year before, not that. And I just, this is on my like need to finish. Every month or something I'm gonna read one of these, and we're gonna finish them because I love it, and I want to see him make it to nationals one day. But yes, so that is a 5-star. I read it. It's going back on the shelf. Anywho, back to this one that I am almost finished. How do I describe this? I think this is a very particular person's book. I do really like it. I really like Irene. And I like that she's just there. That's not the way to describe her. She's very particular about things. I'm invested. But it's not dense. Like, it's really funny. It's very much like a fantasy / detective / like role play. Like, this is someone who plays Dungeons and Dragons 100%. Like, she plays those role playing games. She knows how to make one of those stories. It has like those the way the story is built has those kind of conventions. And I really like Irene. She's so intelligent. She's so particular about the things she says, and I love how she kind of like gets caught up in her head, and then she goes, no, there's a thought trying to make its way through. I need to pay attention to myself. And I love how we have like all this ambiguous kind of like history. Like, we don't really know all that much about her right now. We know it's implied that she likes men and women. It might just be implied that she likes just people. And she just likes pleasure. Like, it's really funny at one point that she's like, if we went to bed together, it would be a great time. Like, we would have a blast. We're not going to do that though. But like, I want you to know that I'm a very good lover. Like, you would have fun. Like, we would have a good time. But like, it's not going to happen. And like, we have like all these things. Like, there's this rumor that goes around. Slight spoilers for maybe one day, but it's like pretty early on where it's first mentioned. There's this rumor that goes around the library that she messed up a mission because she was getting busy with a cat burglar. And it's really silly, but it's really fun. And I am really enjoying it, but it's just like, it's not something I can just put on and listen to while I'm doing intense things. So I can't like work while I'm listening to it. It's very much I've been listening to it while I'm driving. But one day I will finish this book so that I can finish this vlog. But until then, till I have final thoughts, we are done. But it's nice to know that at least something's going on my shelves in this video. Isn't that nice? Yeah. Alright. I'll see you when I finish that book. Bye. Hello. It's time to wrap up this vlog because I finally finished The Invisible Library. I just got back from a walk with Murph, and so I listened to the last 40 minutes of this book while I was walking him, and it was so good. It was so good. The climax of this is actually like so interesting because it doesn't feel like it's going to be like this big. How do I explain this to you? While this is a fantasy predominantly, and very much it gives like role play, it gives like I've said before, like a Dungeons and Dragons kind of campaign to it. As someone who hasn't played Dungeons and Dragons, what the fuck do I know? But it kind of gives me that vibe. It's also kind of a detective novel. Because Irene, who's the main character, her favorite fiction is detective fiction, and so she kind of like brings that into her world, and she like meets like a famous detective, and it kind of becomes a bit of that. So like they put all the pieces together and then it all comes together at the end and you're like, oh, of course. But like it's very much the characters that make this book good. Like I love the characters, and let me just say, Kai at the very end when you sent me away. Kai. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I'm giving it 4 stars. It's not quite a 5-star, even with the swoon. It's very much like a 4-star. I'll definitely like be continuing. I'm glad I reread it before I continued because I had forgotten so much of it. But is this the first book going on my shelf? No, Haikyuu will go on my shelf. But this first novel of this blog that will actually go back on my shelf. But I thoroughly enjoyed this. I'm so glad I read it again. I highly recommend it if you just want something a little bit different. Like if you still want fantasy, you still want like a little bit of intrigue, but it's not high fantasy. It's more like, I don't even want to say steampunk fantasy because it's not that either, but it's kind of, it's so hard to place because it does deal with alternate realities and stuff. Like in this particular reality, there's a little bit of different technology and there's a little bit of different magic. Like there's fae in here, there's werewolves, there's vampires, like there's sprinkles of things, but not in a traditional sense how you expect them. And it's also set in like a historical setting, but like you know that that's just this world, like it's not based then. And it's really different and it's really fun, and I'm really looking forward to continuing the series because I've read the first 3. I could be wrong because I don't actually remember. I did get to a part like towards the end where I went, oh, I remember, and I remembered what they were looking for was, but I didn't remember like how they got it, how it climaxed, like the whole end of it. Like the one thing I remembered was such a nothing thing, really. Like it was the thing they were spent the whole book searching for, but it's such an unimportant part of the ending of this book. And it was a fun time. I highly recommend. If you just want something a little bit different, not high fantasy, but still fantasy, still fantastical, has a dragon in it. Try it out. Please do go try it out. But so that means we can wrap up this vlog. At the very start, when we did our little random number generator, we pulled 4 books. I would grab the other one, but the Unhaul Tower fell. The precarious Unhaul Tower did fall over, and it's probably on top somewhere, but I don't really feel like digging through the books to find it. But yeah, so there were 4 books. So we had The Invisible Library, Heartless by Marissa Meyer, Haikyuu Volume 1, and then in that Unhaul smash pile, in that Unhaul fall, there's also, oh god, what's the book called? Oh my god, what's the book called? Rebel of the Sands, that's what it was. Okay, so of our 4 books that we picked, I read 3 of them. So this one I did not finish, and I decided to unhaul not just this one but the entire series. So that was 3 books off my shelves, and I was quite happy about that. But I would like to continue to say that does not mean I don't recommend this book. I had a great time reading this book. It was 6 years ago or something though, so it's time for it to go. And again, I'll miss these covers. Look, so pretty, so flashy. Wow, this vlog is so repetitive. I'm so sorry. I didn't even get like a clip of me walking Murphy to like break it up. It's just all me in this exact spot with slightly different lighting and slightly different framing. Professional YouTuber right here. But anyways, so that one we're unhauling. The first book I read was Heartless by Marissa Meyer, which was fine. I gave it a 2-star. It is also going into the precarious unhaul pile that has fallen. but at the end of the month after I do a wrap up. And then we have Haikyuu Volume 1. Highly recommend. If you want fun manga or even just a fun anime that isn't like high fantasy, that isn't magic, if you just want like contemporary but like still has stakes and still is like really fun and has fun characters, please try it. I love this. I will never stop recommending this. Everyone needs to read this or watch it. Just do it. And then, of course, the Invisible Library. So, you can put these back on my shelves now. That's exciting. It'll be the first books that I flipped around. But, once I do that, that's the end of this vlog. So thank you for sitting through this, if you did. I'm so fucking sorry. Hopefully, now that I've actually finished a vlog and actually made myself post it, now that I've fucking done it, I can keep doing it and I get better. I'll talk about books better. I'll put in some better B-roll besides me just sitting here reading my book for about 2 minutes, I think. But if you enjoyed this, am I gonna do the cringe? Like if you liked it, subscribe. That's totally up to you. If you don't, that's fair. Like, this is a mess. But I am already working on my second vlog. So, like, I don't even get to learn from this one yet because I already saw the second one because it took me so long to finish this audiobook because I was only listening to it when I was driving. So I need to be better. But that's the end of this vlog. We're going to go put these back on the shelves now. Thanks for watching. Bye. I am going to keep you here, though. So that there's a clip of me putting it back on the shelves. You ready? Whee!